Now let me explain the difference between local and world axis, because you're going to need to know that concept as well. So by default, when you open up Blender and you see this default cube, it's standing in the world space. And world space is basically this. It's the X line going here, Y line going here, and the Z line going up and down right here. So if I want to take the cube and move it across the Y axis, I can do GY, GX, GZ. But what if I take the cube, press on R, Z, and then slightly rotate it over here? Now the cube will have its own local axis. So now if I take the cube, for example, and move it on the x-axis, it will be moved here. So it will basically be right here across this line. So this is the world axis of y, and if I move it here, this would be considered the local axis of the y. So how can I do it? It's actually pretty easy. So if I press on G and then press on Y, it's going to move it up and down on the world axis. But if I press on Y again, now it will consider the local axis. So that's a very useful shortcut. You can press on G, Y, Y. Similarly here, you can press on G, X, X, and move it around. Now, if I take this and rotate this up even more like this, you can see the cube will now have its own local Z axis. So this would be the Z axis. So if I try to move it up and down on Z, it will move like this. But if I want to move it up diagonally towards its local axis, I can press on G, Z, Z, and now it will move it up and down diagonally. So that's the difference between local and world axis. So that's what you should consider, especially when you're moving around the character's root mouse, which we're going to cover throughout the animation when we start doing actual Minecraft animation. So yeah, that's it about the navigation and about the moving around the objects. Now we're going to move on to the next lecture.